Our time in Tonga had drawn to a close. It was time to clear customs and border control and head for Fiji. We will show you some of the paperwork that must be done while cruising between countries. Friends arrived on their yacht just as we were leaving. This is just one of the tuna we caught while on this passage. In this episode, you'll get to see Annecam doing what she does best, covering the miles, some of them very quickly.
What I really love is going to all the different countries and meeting all the different people.
I like the challenge that comes with sailing, dealing with the weather, navigation, customs, and regulations of each nation that we sail to. This is where we have been on Annecam, right from the start to where we are now. We started in Croatia, sailing around the Mediterranean, then out to the Canary Islands. Crossing the Atlantic Ocean. Cruising in the Caribbean, including the passage to Panama. Panama to the Galapagos Islands. Crossing the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. French Polynesia. From the Marquesas through the Tuamotus to Tahiti, then on to Bora Bora. Bora Bora to Rarotonga, then on to Niue. Niue to Vavau in the Kingdom of Tonga. Look out, Fiji, here we come. Bulla bulla. After studying the weather window we had in front of us and planning our passage, it was the right time to cast off our lines and start heading towards Fiji from the port of Niuafu in the Kingdom of Tonga. Before obtaining our customs clearance from Tonga, we had to fill out and send off the advanced notification report for yachts and small craft and send that to Fiji no less than 2 days prior to our arrival. We then stop at Customs, Immigration and the Port Captain's Office to obtain our customs clearance, our exit stamps in our passports and pay for our port dues. We couldn't believe our eyes. We were about to cast off our lines and head for Fiji when Lisa and Reynard on their beautiful yacht Enchanter turned up to clear in to Tonga. We have just cast off our lines from the customs wharf in the Niafu harbour, and we're just heading out, packing our fenders away, stowing them below in one of the spare rear cabins which we are not using at the moment. We start motoring out towards the open sea, and we say goodbye to this most beautiful archipelago of islands here in the Kingdom of Tonga. All of these islands do a fantastic job of blocking the trade winds almost out completely, so we have to motor until we get out into open water until the breeze fills in. Towards the setting sun is the general direction we have taken, nearly right from the Panama Canal, and it should be the same until we get back to Australia. The conditions you are watching are very typical of the first 24 hours of this passage. Flat seas, nice breeze, allowing us to cover 180 nautical miles down the rum line. They are very hard to see in this video, but the tuna are busting up all over the place. It's time to get the fishing gear out and give the lures a run. It never takes long in this part of the world to get a hook up. Our first tuna of this passage. This feisty little tuna ran off a heap of line. You can see him just starting to splash out the back of the boat. There's still a bit of work to be done to get him to the transom of Annecam. Got him almost close enough. Now it's time to grab the leader to lift him on board. Got him. We'll remove the hook quite quickly and then give him his freedom. We do not keep them all on Annecam. It didn't take long after releasing the first tuna to actually get a triple hookup. 1, 2, and 3 fish on at the same time. It almost seems like hard work retrieving all of the line that the fish took on its initial run, then to work it back against the boat speed. We do not slow the boat down to catch fish on Annecam. This was a good solid tuna. With a bit of luck, we might be able to get it on board. It's time to trace this fish. Use the gaff and get it on board. I don't often miss with the gaff, but I did on the first shot. Second shot was successful. This is a very solid fish. Will keep us in fresh meat for quite some time. It's time to get the second fish on board. Once again, a lot of pump and wind involved to get the line back on the reel. Slowly, inch by inch, I win the line back to get the fish closer to its freedom. Got the trace. Now to let this fish go. You won't see it on the video, but it swam away, one healthy animal. The third fish managed to self-release by throwing the hook. As the evening approached, the trade wind started filling back in, giving us some really nice boat speed. Annecam was flying along that well, we had to slow her down to make sure that our approach to the northern Lao group and the dangerous reefs associated with it was not until sunrise. Even with reduced sails, only 50% of our mainsail and 70% of our genoa flying, we were still covering the miles very quickly. And by the way, land ho as we approach Munia Island in the northern Lau group. Part of Fiji, we still have over 100 miles to go to get to Savu Savu. With Annecam smoking across the water at these speeds, we were well on course for another 200 plus miles in 24 hours. This is what our wake looks like at over 10 knots. Just as we sail past the South Cape on Tavanui Island, we have just completed 205 nautical miles down the rum line. As the evening approached on day 2, we had a fast approaching cold front coming up from New Zealand, making the seas a little bumpy. After 2 days, 5 hours and 13 minutes, here we are anchored in Annecam Creek, awaiting for the customs to arrive so we can clear into Fiji and start exploring this place.